From Alumni Field in Catasauqua, Pennsylvania, CTEC4 Sports presents Colonial League football. Tonight's matchup features the Slaters of Bangor Area High School. They come into the ball game with a 3-1 overall record and a 3-1 record in the Colonial League. Their head coach is Paul Farnan, 22 years as the head coach at Bangor. They'll take on the Catasauqua Rough Riders. They're undefeated, 4-0, coming in 4-0 in the league. Their head coach is Bob Bidlin. Bob's in his 4th season as the mentor at Catasauqua. Hello, everybody. I'm Gary Laubach, along with Dick Tracy. This is the game of the week, Caddy against Bangor. These two teams battling for sure for the Colonial League Championship. And as we look at the Bangor Slaters coming in, Dick, this obviously is a must-win for them. 2 weeks ago, with head coach Paul Farnan sidelined by the school board, this ball club got beaten by Northwestern, the only other undefeated team in the Colonial League, along with Catasauqua. They must win tonight to stay in the picture.
Well, Northwestern's hanging in there. Of course, Northwestern is caddy at the end of the year. But yeah, for them to get any kind of recognition with the Colonial, Gary, they got to get in it. They got to win this game. It's as simple as that. Last 2 years, they haven't had this opportunity because of the swing team schedule. So this is their opportunity. Imagine a rivalry like this and you don't play in 3 years. That the meaningfulness of this game. This is it, as far as Bangor is concerned.
Yeah, the sad part of the story is these two teams had great football teams the last 2 years and did not meet one another. They have not played each other since 1993. To give you an indication of how tight this race has been over the years, 25-24-3 is the overall record in favor of Catasauqua. Bangor's been waiting to try to tie that up for 3 years now, and they'll be chomping at the bit tonight. Dick, as we look at this ball club from Bangor, Matt DiMidio is a kid that has been part of their forefront for the last couple of years. He's an outstanding runner. He's averaging almost 6 yards per carry. He's going to have to get the job done tonight because it appears to me that they're going to have to control the ball offensively and keep Caddy's offense off the field.
Good call, Gary, and they must do it along the line of scrimmage. That's the real question for Bangor. They're smallish along the front. They get a kid like Terpstra. I guess he weighs in at 177 now, but he says, my job is pull blocking. What that means is watch for a lot of traps because DiMidio will hit the hole quickly. Hughes will even hit the hole quickly from his quarterback slot, and they like to pull and trap and then, let them juke beyond the line of scrimmage. So look for the Bangor quick hitters. We saw them beat Northern Lehigh last year in that exact same way, in which I thought they were an underdog. Their running game dictates what they're going to do. Jason Hughes last week had an outstanding air game. Now, he hadn't had it all year, but for an interception. So it's come see, come saw. There it sort of evens itself out.
One thing, too, about Hughes is he comes into the ball game slightly injured. He's got a leg injury that keeps him from punting and kicking the extra points for Bangor, and that may very well be one of the keys to tonight's ball game. Much like Caddy, this team has a very good passing game, and Dick, they have an outstanding receiver in Jason Labar. With DiMidio and Hughes as juniors, Labar comes in as the old man of the team. He's the senior, and he does a great job.
Yeah, well, those two Labars last year, they didn't know which one to guard, which one was which. But, yeah, he's their outstanding receiver, and he, too, is a hard-nosed kid, not overly big, but then he doubles up on defense and he'll play back there. But, yeah, he is the threat as a passing game. And it's the kind of pass where it doesn't have to be 60 yards downfield. It's one of those yards after reception deal.
Paul Farnan talked to us about tonight's ball game, and he talked about those keys. This is what he said.
Caddy has an explosive offense, so we're certainly going to have to try to keep their offense off the field, which means that our offense is going to have to be consistent and move the ball. We got to move the ball offensively, put points on the board, and try to keep their offense off the field.
Caddy comes in with an outstanding running game as well as a good passing game. They have always been a very balanced offensive football team. We don't usually talk about 1,000-yard rushers at this point in the season, but we can talk about 1,000-yard rushers for Catasauqua because they have two outstanding ball carriers in Scott Rothrock and Nate Pendry. Pendry is somewhat amazing. He's already at 400 yards, averaging 9.1 yards per carry, and Rothrock at 428 at 7.3 yards per carry. Makes you wonder why they ever passed the ball at all.
I saw Pendry last year in a scrimmage. It was just the end of summer, and they were scrimmaging, and everybody says, wow. Now, Rothrock goes down just a little bit. Pendry comes in, and, they don't lose a beat. He had 4 last week, and he's capable of putting up those real big yards. I was thinking if Caddy wanted to, wouldn't that be something they go to a split back and use both of them at the same time?
Chad Bellsfield, who had been in at fullback, has moved to tight end because of an injury to Richardson. So they're going to basically go with a double tight end offense, and it was very, very formidable last week when they beat Wilson by a 41-0 score and absolutely demolished the Warriors. If you're wondering why they do pass, well, they pass Dick, because of Matt Andrews.
Yeah, I was going to say, that kid has a workout. He's going to have to take a 40-minute rest or something. He's been at every spot on these field. If it comes down to dead even, Gary, or even Steven near the end of the game, then look for a kid like Andrews, because he does so much so well.
What he has done is scored 7 touchdowns. He's run back a punt for a touchdown. He's run back kickoffs for touchdowns. Dick, this kid is really very talented, and a kid that has fit in so well, and perhaps one of the big question marks coming in this year was Joel Wedge at quarterback, and he just has slipped in there and done a magnificent job.
Joel Wedge, the pitcher, used to stand in 60 feet, 6 inches away, passes when he has to, and he does it when he has to. But getting back to Andrews, 59 points. And a wingback, the leading scorer in the league. That's pretty amazing.
That's not too bad. Bob Bidlin also talked to us about the keys to tonight's football game, and this is what he said. Here's how Caddy will beat Bangor.
The game for Catasauqua against Bangor tonight will be offensively, we have to make sure we hold on to the ball. And when we're in passing downs, we have to make sure that we concentrate well, keep Bangor's blitzing defense out of our backfield, make sure our quarterback has a lot of time. Defensively, we got to make sure we tackle very well. We're in the proper places. We don't miss a line, because Bangor is very sound fundamentally, and any little mistake that we make defensively, they'll capitalize and take advantage of.
We so often spend time talking about the backfield, people, but tonight's ball game will probably be won or lost in the trenches. That sort of favors Caddy, you would think, on size alone. Dick, with Dobish and Lambert, 6'1", 298, 6'2", 304. You think that Caddy would have the overall edge, but Terpstra kind of has that Bangor heart, and he sort of is representative of that entire Bangor line. Small, but quick and tough.
Mobile and hostile. Terpstra, yeah, and Jones. What a player Jones is. He, too, goes both ways. He's the one who virtually had the standoff with Winslow when Winslow was being touted at Northern Lehigh, and he's done well in every single game. It's not a decided edge up front. Size it is, but we've seen Bangor go against size time and time again.
I'm really looking forward to this one. I hope you are, too. Kickoff, Bangor against Catasauqua, a huge Colonial League football game coming your way right after this timeout.
So tell us about your boat. 1950, 20-foot Chris Craft runabout. Kept it all original. 6-cylinder Chrysler, still running strong. Mahogany deck, original chrome triple horn, chrome spotlight. Even got the same flags it came with.
Yoo-hoo!
Yep, everything's original. Right back to 1950.
Speed Vision Network. Yep, it's all original.
Adventure training in the Army National Guard. When we move fast. When we train hard. If you're up to the challenge, we'll make it worth your while. Call 1-800-GO-GUARD.
Welcome back to Alumni Field, a beautiful night for football. There is a slight breeze blowing from right to left here at the stadium. A smaller crowd than we had expected, although people are continuously filing in. And our ball game tonight, as always, being brought to you by Rarick Dodge. It's time for the Rarick Dodge 1996 demo and leftover clearance sale with savings up to $4,000 on select models. Now's the time to purchase a 96 Neon, Stratus, Avenger, Caravan, or Ram truck at Rarick Dodge in Bath. For a clean deal, we always say come to Bath, come to Rarick Dodge. The biggest ball game in the Valley tonight, it would appear. Other games being played in the Colonial League. Saucon Valley's at Northern Lehigh, and Palmerton is at Palisades. Dick already mentioned that Amazingly, Caddy has 3 of the top 5 scoring leaders in this ballgame tonight. Matt Andrews is second in the lead behind Josh Schneider of Northwestern with 59 points, Pendry with 54 points, and Rothrock with 48. So Caddy, a number of points on the board this year. Darrell Woodring is our referee. We're going to go down on the field and we'll listen in to the coin toss.
Your umpire, Mr. Partridge. We're going to be doing tossing here. This is the coin we're going to use. That's the head. That's the tail. We're going to toss it in the air. I want you to call it, please, while it's in the air. If I drop it, we'll start over again. All right, here we go. Call the head. The tail. Rounds 1 toss. First. Okay. Let's go. Okay, which end do you want to pick from and defend? Okay, defend the scoreboard. Okay, put your backs there, please. Come on, over here. Take it right out. Okay, Brown 1 to toss. Round 1. Third and second half. We're going to have White.
So Bangor will get the ball as Catasauqua deferred after winning the toss. Our officials tonight, Darrell Woodring is the referee. Tim Peters is the head linesman. The umpire is Tom Partridge. The line judge is Steve Gurkovich. And the back judge is Bill Berkheimer. We didn't devote enough time in our pregame to the head coaches in this ball game tonight. They have just had outstanding careers. One, of course, a very long time as the head coach, Paul Farnan. He has already won 155 games at Bangor. He's lost 76 and tied 2. Bob Bidlin, who's been in the Caddy system for 18 years. In the last 3 years, of course, that first year a horrific one for him. But since then, Dick, 24 and 6 the last 3 seasons at Caddy.
Yeah, 24, win 3 out of 4, 75%. And, it's always such a pleasure to talk to 2 guys like that, Gary. A lot of people wax us up a little bit with, make sure you mention my assistant. These guys mean it, and they mean it sincerely about the creditable job that the assistants do.
And we will talk about them in a moment. Right now, it's Joel Wedge who will kick off. He'll kick it deep. It'll come to the bottom of your screen. Ryan Kreider has it at the 15-yard line. And Kreider breaks open, takes a twist and a turn before being knocked down by Bill Roth all the way out to the 35-yard line. And Richard Tracy will give you that offensive backfield for Bangor.
They're the people that want to do it up front for the, the backfield for the Slaters. It's Jason Hughes. A little bit of run, a little bit of pass. The big guy, 422, of course, he's their leading running back. And a compliment, and they're still pretty young. That's a surprising thing. These kids are all experienced, yet pretty young.
Hughes on the season passing at 54%. He's going to lateral the ball out to the outside, and that's in the hands of DeMedio. And DeMedio will get the ball up to about the 40-yard line, where he is tackled on the play by Brian Peacock. And it is a pickup of 5 yards. Dick, here's that offensive line.
Jay Jones, tackle, solid. Terpster, we'll talk about him all night. They're the anchors of that first 5. Gary, I like to play. Gadget play in the first one. A little fake pass to the tight end, draw back, and run a little flare, a little swing to your back.
Will you agree with me that was a lateral?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay. And we, of course, want to keep our stats the best we can. Mike Smith is the ball carrier. Right up the gut is Smith, 5'8", 158-pound junior. He'll pick up a couple of yards. Dick, that defensive backfield.
The guys that are going to be meeting him head on, Josh Lukish has really come on strong, as has Yarko. Matt Andrews, number 25, of course. He is the back anchor along with Corello and Adams.
Already a big play for Bangor as they are 2 yards shy of a first down. It is going to be 3rd and 2. The ball's on the 43-yard line. And they'll bring out number 34, Derek Labar, out wide to the right side, not too far off the line of scrimmage. DeMedio will get the ball, and he'll struggle to get the first down, and Dick, he will not get it, as he's going to be stopped about a yard shy, and this defensive line right here did the trick.
And they showed it. Got a little bit of size in there. Jeremy Mull is very active. He'll be end on offense, tackle on defense, number 86. Chad Beltsfield, he was just converted from the back for the tight end. He's also playing tackle on defense.
The Bangor punter is normally Jason Hughes, but it's Matt DeMedio who was in there to do it. Hughes got hit in the Salisbury game and has not been able to kick since then. And that is a problem for Bangor. And in fact, should they score, they may not even kick the extra point. They may go for 2 on every occasion. Andrews collects the ball at the 30-yard line, gets a couple of yards on the run back. It's only a 26-yard punt. And, Dick, we're going to get a look at that offensive. No, we're not going to get a look at him. All right.
Bangor with that 4th and 1, Gary. They're going to find out now if they can play defense against the likes and the bulk of a Rothrock and a Pendry out of that backfield.
Ball is on the 33-yard line. 1st and 10 for Catasauqua. Joel Wedge, a 5'10", 178-pound senior quarterback, gives the ball off on just a straight dive play. And that ball carried by Pendry, I believe. And Dick, here's that offensive backfield.
The guys will be lugging the mail. Nate Pendry, great average coming in. Scott Rothrock, great average coming in. Do everything. At the wingback is Matt Andrews. Double tight end Jeremy Mall, Chad Bellsfield, and Joel Wedge calling the T-formation play.
Pendry picks up 4 yards on the carry. The ball is out to the 37-yard line as we are looking at a 2nd and 6 for the Rough Riders. The lone back is Rothrock. He's going to get the pitch. Rothrock trying to get to the outside, cuts back inside. And a whole host of Bangor Slaters all over him, led by number 77, Dave Jones. And Dick, here's the offensive line for Caddy.
And immediately sticking out, of course, are 74, 76, Gary. Dobish, Lambert, both around 300. They're the real bulwarks. And you see Yarko again, another two-way performer. John Fryman has done an incredible job, number 63 at guard, along with Adams in the middle.
Well, Pendry picks up 4 and Rothrock picks up 4. That means it's 3rd and 2. Exactly the same situation the Slaters were in just a few moments ago. Let's see if Caddy gets the first down. They do. Look at that movement by that line. As going forward is Pendry, and Pendry takes the ball to the 45-yard line and picks up another 4 and a first down.
Flash that offensive line again, Gary, because they're the ones who carried it that time. Bangor on defense. Linebackers, triple linebacker. Terpster will move back there. LeBar, Kinnick in the deep, and Ryan Kreider as a safety.
Caddy is big along that line of scrimmage, and boy, you just saw that pile move. Wow. 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line of the Rough Riders. In motion is Pendry. Rothrock the lone set. He's not going to get it as Wedge drops back. He's going to pop one over the middle. We're going to get pass interference. Coming up to hit was Matt Minnick. The intended receiver was Andrews, and this will be our first penalty of the ball game, and this will lead to our 2nd first down of the game. Take another look, Dick.
Caddy playing it very smart, Gary, throwing on 1st down after successful running. I don't think he's going to catch it either. So that's doubly hurts the Slaters.
Against the Slaters.
Caddy does a beautiful job of mixing run with pass. They have obviously been successful running the ball here early. They mix that pass in and out of it. They get a 15-yard penalty. And here's some guys that are going to have their work cut out for them this evening. The defensive line of Bangor.
Trying to stop those people that putting them all those offensive numbers will be Steve Sears, Dave Jones. He's the do-everything guy. Scott Bloodworth comes in, Gary, with great credentials, all Colonial last year.
1st and 10 in Bangor territory from the 40-yard line. 8:13 on the clock, first period. Wedge at quarterback. He's running out of the eye. It will be Rothrock. Rothrock will churn and kick and scratch his way up to the 36-yard line. Dick, it seems like Caddy's going to get 4 yards on every carry.
Well, this is what you talk about, the business-like approach to football. The Caddy grinded at you, and then all of a sudden you're ready to play down there in the mud, and along comes a first down pass, and at that time it went against some interference-wise.
Dominio was in on the tackle, a gain of 4 yards again. The ball in the 36, maybe the 37-yard line. But we'll call it 2nd and a long 6 and readjust Chad Bellsfield. He's left that fullback spot to become a tight end. Bellsfield, who is another tough kid. Wedge back to throw, looking. I think is that a fumble? It may be. It is going to be a fumble recovered by Caddy. On the bottom of the pile is Chris Yarko, but there'll be a loss all the way back to the 45-yard line, a loss of 9.
Bangor might have had this one scouted, Gary. There's the fumble, there's recovery by Catasauqua. That time you had Belchfield lining up as a wingback, and Andrews was on the line of scrimmage. You almost smelled pass from there. And great pressure by Jones.
Dick, the scent looked like it was going to be a screen, but there was nobody out there to throw it to. From the 45-yard line, brings up a 3rd and 15. And from the shotgun, and Wedge is really back there. The shovel pass to Rothrock. And Rothrock gets himself down inside the 35, down to about the 33-yard line. So he'll pick up 12 of the 15 yards. And Caddy will be looking at a 4th and 3.
Boy, Bangor was set up for that, Gary. They came, there you see it. Oh, those ends really put a rush on. And he just shuffles inside from the shotgun. what an advantageous position for the quarterback to run the shuffle pass. Everything in front of him.
So the ball is on the 33-yard line. I'll tell you where that ball is and where the yard marker
It's a little bit
for
different,
fourth down is about a yard difference. It's really fourth and 3, and we are going to get a timeout called by Caddy as they want to talk this all-important play over. So come on back, 6:08, first period, no score. Caddy with a big fourth down play when we get back.
Need to relax. Need to get away. Need an oasis. Need to escape. Z Music Television, the only 24-hour contemporary Christian music video network. Z, what you're missing.
Fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you if your heart is young. And here is the best part. You'll have a head start if you are among the ones whose heart is young.
Unwanted items creates a problem. What to do with the waste? Well, let Mars Disposal Service be the solution. Hard to dispose of items such as appliances, car parts, furniture, and yard waste are no problem for Mars. No job is too large or too small. They'll take just about anything. So call Mars Disposal Service at 262-9021. First time out of the ball game used by Caddy. They are looking at a 4th and 3. The ball obviously on the 33, and again, that ball marker on the far sideline makes it look like it's on the 34. Boy, that's a long snap. That's very deep. Andrews has it and turns, and where's the spot? Dick, we're going to measure this one. This is going to be close. Coming up to make the hit was Matt Minnick.
How did they get this one by 5, guys? That was a nice marker. Oh, great pattern by Andrews. Simply ran the square. Wedge delivered again. The shotgun, I think, was advantageous for the Ruffs there. Wedge had everything in front of him. Here come the ends, barrel out, get away from them, and then just hit that little square.
And they needed 3 and got 8. Dick spotting that much sooner than I did. First down, number 3. The ball is on the 25-yard line, not the 30. First and 10 for the Rough Riders. Handoff goes to Pendry. Pendry standing up and battling and falling forward. Looks like he got 4 yards again on the carry. Bottom of the pile is Dave Jones.
Yeah, that's their punishing offensive formation, Gary. Fullback, tailback in a tandem. And you got 2 big loads coming at you there. They run, and you wonder, you know, with Slater's playing so many men both ways, especially their skilled people, is it going to wear them down? Especially here, you got a big sustained drive.
Caddy has run the ball 5 occasions. They picked up 4 yards every time. They did, of course, lose 9 yards on the sack, so that reduces the number a little. Here goes Rothrock, cut back against the grain, steps out of the tackler, and gets the ball down inside the 15, down to about the 11-yard line. So he'll pick up 10 yards on the carry and another first down.
All right, the key from up here, Gary, is that when they run the double wing, single man, 1 man in the backfield, they're going to pitch. When they run the power, the straight eye, the tandem eye, you're going to see power tackle to tackle.
They'll put the ball back a yard and put it on the 12-yard line, so that's a gain of 9 on the carry. So Rothrock was 17 yards on 3 carries, and Caddy, Dick, rather easily moving the ball down the field.
Yeah, now this should be the power.
The power is Rothrock, and he gets the ball down inside the 10, as he'll put it down to about the 9-yard line, tackled on the play by Derek Lobb. Put it right at the 10, a gain of a couple.
Rothrock has been banged up a little bit, Gary, and this gave Pendry ample opportunity to carry the ball, and now they really, from plus Bellsfield, going to tight end, it really solidified. Watch pitch here.
It's a handoff, trying to get to the outside. Nice job, Dick is right, by Mike Smith. Mike Smith, number 42, was hanging on for dear life. 5'8", 158-pound junior, and he waited for some help, and he got it. No gain on the play.
Mike Smith able to filter through the block. He just screened his way through and got a good leg tackle on Rothrock.
Dick, I think we can safely say, with Mike Reeker up on top calling the plays, that this is going to be a pass.
Yep, and here we are in the shotgun.
They can get a first down at the 2, can the Rough Riders. One the other way is Rothrock.
Oh, they're going to flood.
Back to throw, over the middle, Rothrock over his head. Rothrock had cleared the defense, and the pass was just too high.
Good call. They took Rothrock. They put him in motion, reversed his motion, went down, and then over the middle. In the meantime, you had Bellsfield and Andrews wide to the right, drawing the defense there.
Andrews is the field goal kicker. They have not brought him in, however. They have Wedge standing on the sideline, talking to the coaching staff, and Wedge will come back in with a 4th and 8, the ball on the 10-yard line. And this would be a big psychological lift to the Slaters if they hold here.
They get that big rush, look for the shuffle again, Gary.
There goes Andrews. Watch for him to be the target. It's for Andrews out in the sideline. Almost intercepted. It would have been a touchdown. Almost coming up with the ball was Jason LeBar. I think his own man, Dick, knocked it out of his hands.
This is, well, it's simply red. They're watching Andrews all the way. He drags a little bit to the right. They have 2 men there. That's good D, although it could have been intercepted.
Mike Smith knocked the ball out of the hands of Jason LeBar. Otherwise, LeBar, I think, goes 99 yards for the touchdown. Bangor will take over on downs, 1st and 10 from their own 10-yard line. Second man through, gets the handoff. That's DeMedio. DeMedio will go down at around the 11. He'll pick up a yard on the play. Tackle made by Chris Yarko.
Pretty good defensive play right in the middle of the field. Bob Bidlin, that wasn't too bad, that play, Gary. You're down there. Hey, you're down in punt territory anyhow. Pinned him down, stopped him last time offensively, looking for the same thing here, get the ball back. And at the same time, wearing a lot of people down.
DeMedio come into the ball game with about 400 yards, averaging almost 6 yards a carry. 2nd and 9. This time the pitch comes back to Lobb, and Lobb isn't going anywhere. Great pursuit by Caddy. First one to make the hit was Jeremy Mull. Mull came up along with some help from Scott Rothrock.
Scott Rothrock, of course, we know his offensive credential. He plays defensive end. Gary Bloodworth's in there fullback. That's an interesting move for Bangor.
Yeah, Mike Smith normally the starting fullback. Scott Bloodworth wears number 2, a 5'9", 170-pound junior. Passing situation for Hughes if he wants to risk it this deep in his own territory. He will. He's back to pass. He's looking. He's going to fire out to the sideline. And that's a nicely designed play. Derek Lobb catches the football. Knocked out of bounds by Josh Lukic. And we'll see where they mark it. It's going to be up to the 18-yard line. They wanted to move the sticks, but that's shy of a first down by a couple of yards.
That's a great pattern. Ran a beautiful pattern to the outside. Boy, that's 2 4th and 1s on 2 possessions, Gary.
Boy, the guy over there on the chain stick wanted to move it. He thought it was a first down. It's 2 yards shy. Bangor will punt it away. Again, DeMedio doing the punting. Hughes is not able to generate leg speed to get that punt off. Deep to receive, the ever dangerous number 25, Matt Andrews, along with Scott Rothrock. Although that's Frank Piff back there who calls for the fair catch. Piff at the 48-yard line. The punt covers 33 yards, and Caddy will get it right back, 1st and 10 on their own 48
Frank Pitt did return one of them this year for the Rough Riders. He and Andrews, they handled just about anything their way.
2:17, the clock says first period. You see the numbers, no score. Caddy put together a nice 13-play drive, but came away empty. Bangor, they have yet to get a first down. Pretty big nose guard for Bangor. Brad Schollhammer, 6'3", 317 pounds. He sort of fills the middle a little bit. Back to throw wedge. Looking, good protection. Firing. This is going to be overthrown. Almost caught again by Jason LeBar. Off his fingertips, the pass intended for Chad Bellsfield.
Initial protection was there, Gary, but give that coverage to the secondary. They did a good job on the receivers. They're reading the patterns pretty well. Most teams in Colonial know by now that they're looking for Andrews most of the time.
Wedge has not hooked up to a caddy receiver in his last 3 attempts. He's now 2 for 5 for 20 yards. 2nd and 10. The ball stays on the 48-yard line. The lone setback is Rothrock. In motion is Pendry. Rothrock will get the pitch. Student body to the right side. Rothrock cuts back and then runs into a host of pursuing Bangor Slaters, led by number 20, Ryan Kreider. Gets the ball into Bangor territory to the 49-yard line, a gain of 3.
The success that Rothrock has had in that single deep back pitch offense is he's been able to cut it back inside, just as he was open on that pattern over the middle, too. Keep that one in mind if they're doubling up on Andrews.
Brings up a 3rd and a short 7 or a long 6 as the ball just about at the 48.5-yard line. And another passing situation, shotgun formation for Joel Wedge. That's as deep a shotgun position as I've seen. That ball is fired to the sideline. Great catch, Andrews. We do have flags all over the place, and it may be against Bellsfield.
Yeah, that's going to against the Rough Riders.
Bellsfield may have pushed off a Bangor defender. And we've got it isolated perhaps. Here comes Andrews at you.
Well, his job is to clear. Boy, he clears. Clear the area for Andrews. Well, I'll take it literally.
Dick, that is far from legal. Wow, is that... I'm sure he's glad we isolated that play. We're gonna give you another look in a moment, right after we see the penalty, but no one will doubt this penalty when they see the replay. Bellsfield just ran over the defender. Here it is again. Take a look at Chad Bellsfield, 31. Boom. That's not allowed. So Bangor now will discuss the situation. I'm sure they'll take this penalty.
You know, you love to hear those coaches say, "Get out and field and hit somebody." Well,
you know, you almost always scream. That's a loss of down, Dick.
Yep.
You almost always scream about a pass interference call. There will be no screaming about that one. That was about as obvious as it can get. 15-yard penalty against Caddy. And that also is a loss of down, so Caddy's going to give the ball back all the way back to the 37-yard line. And of course, Bangor sends their 2 good deep men back. Number 89, that's Matt Minnick, along with 83, Jason LeBar. Low snap is collected by Andrews, and boy, the kid can do it all. It is picked up by LeBar. LeBar keeps it, tried to fake the reverse. He cuts upfield and will get the ball out over the 30, out to about the 32-yard line. The punt covers 38 yards.
And on Bangor's 3rd possession, they're going to have a little bit of breathing room for a change. Boy, he has a leg. He has everything.
Good hands, too.
Jeez. Look at him power that one.
Bangor 1st and 10 from their own 32. A minute and 9. The clock stopped on the change of possessions. You know, people talked about Caddy's size. Well, look at Dave Jones, 6'2", 240. Schollhammer, 6'3", 317. Hughes back. Pretty good protection. Scrambling. Looking. He gets away from some trouble and takes a pretty good shot as he gets the ball out to the 35-yard line. And a Caddy player, the guy in on that tackle, is shaken up, and I think that's Yarko. Yarko's going to come out.
That looks to be leg or ankle. Yarko's a hard-noser. He's a tough young man.
Gain of 3 yards on the play will bring up a 2nd and 7. The ball on the 35. And now the clock will start up again as Yarko goes to the sidelines. I think Yarko was shaken up coming into this ball game, Dick. I don't think he was 100%, and he may have just re-injured. whatever problem he was having. Tough kid, though, 5'7", 181-pound senior. He will be missed. Out wide to the right side, Jason Labar. You get a good close-up look at Jason Hughes. Handoff is the up back, and that's Mike Smith. Mike Smith brings it out over the 35, out to the 37-yard line. He'll get a couple.
Now that's what they call their short trap, guys. Let those linebackers throw in. By the way, Yarko was replaced by Yarko. Let him come in, try to blow past and get that quick block at the line of scrimmage.
That was Mike Corello in on the tackle. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 for Bangor. Another passing situation, but they will not run that play now because the first period has come to a close. So a close to the vest first period of football. As Bangor nothing, Caddy nothing. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Oscar De La Hoya, world champion. The golden boy from East L.A. Miguel Angel Gonzalez, two-time champion. The #1 contender. De La Hoya, America's rising superstar. Gonzalez, Mexico's best. Be there when this border dispute erupts into the battle for pride and country. Featuring the return of boxing legend Julio Cesar Chavez, always a threat. From Caesar's Palace, live on pay-per-view.
My name is Alana Obi. I see my family out there. They may not be my children biologically, but they are still my family. The playgrounds used to be infested, but now my children have a place to play. We bond together and we take care of the problem. We're watching. This is my block. This is my family.
During the past several months, CTEC Cable Systems has put into place some exciting new changes to help us serve you better, such as state-of-the-art addressable and reliable converters, a simplified billing statement, and we've added to our channel lineup. Now CTEC has new phone numbers. In the Allentown-Bethlehem area, call 282-6100. In the Slate Belt, 588-6188. All other areas, 366-2000. As always, CTEC Cable Systems remains the Lehigh Valley's company of choice.
You were watching CTEC4, Lehigh Valley's company of choice. Selected Who's Who in cable TV for 1996.
Tomorrow night at 10 o'clock, Southern Lehigh featuring Chris Smith will take on the Notre Dame Crusaders. And Dick Tracy, I don't think too many people realize this, but in fact, I'll talk about it in just a second. My director keeps saying thanks so much, and I thought he was thanking me for something I didn't know about. It's a new commercial. Thanks so much. And Duke Sporting Goods, 20 Broadway and Bangor, wish the Slaters good luck throughout the 1996 season. Thanks so much offers specialized custom embroidery and screen printing services. Duke Sporting Goods carries a wide variety of athletic wear, including team uniforms and equipment. All major brands are available. Team and player discounts offered. Open Tuesday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5:30, Saturday, 10 to 2. Other hours by appointment. And Mr. Guijo, our director, I thank you so much. I'll talk about Chris Smith in a moment. Right now, it's 3rd and 5 Bangor, and almost caught. Thrown a little bit behind Jason Labar. Andrews came up and made the hit. And Bangor will have to punt it away again. And Dick, here we are isolated on Labar.
Yeah, it's a one-man pattern. That's all it is. He is their leading receiver coming in with 12 receptions. Caddy got the good double coverage on.
Just wanted to make the quick point. I don't think too many people would realize that Chris Smith in 4 games has more yardage than James Mungro in 4 games. Not many more, but more.
110 carries for 970 yards.
We'll see him go over 1,000 tomorrow, almost guaranteed. Here's a good punt by DeMedio, and this one will go out of bounds and be marked at the 23-yard line. This punt will cover 39 yards, and Caddy will get the ball, but they keep getting it deeper in their own territory.
Yeah, 39 yards, Gary, and when you have 2 guys back like Rothrock and Andrews, and you don't get a return feel fortunate.
So Caddy will get the ball for the third time this evening. First time they moved it freely. Second time they could not get a first down. From the 23-yard line, 11:52 on the clock as we just begin our second period. Wedge, he's going to pitch the ball to Rothrock. He'll try the left side. Rothrock will cut up inside, maybe get a couple of yards on the play. Good hard tackle by Matt DeMedio. He does everything, Dick, offensively and defensively.
Tough veteran ball player. You know, not blessed with the greatest of size of football player, but yet a real yeoman job on both sides of the ball.
Give him a pickup of 3 on the play, and he'll bring up a 2nd and 7. Rothrock has been the workhorse so far. 7 carries, 25 yards. Rothrock again the ball carrier. On the bottom of the pile is Dave Jones, along with 42 Mike Smith.
Tell you, other than that little shuffle pass and the motion that Caddy went, we're pretty vanilla for both teams. It almost appears as if, you know, you're one waiting for a mistake or two, hoping for the big play, you know, that's going to put points on the board.
3rd down, 5.
Nobody wants to take that, you know, the big chance.
3rd and 5. Out wide to the right side is Greg Richardson. And in motion will be Andrews. Look for Andrews. They like to find him.
They'll double here.
They're looking. Andrews,
go.
A little out and up. Pretty well smelled out by Bangor. Good defense. They were all over Andrews. And Jason LeBar was there to pick him up. And Dick, we're going to get a good look at some defense here.
His own knowledge of Andrews' ability and the fact that I'm sure the coaches warned him is you double from your safety position whenever you can and look to double on 25. We've been seeing it constantly. Good read by LeBar.
And a little bit of in-your-face defense as LeBar said a few things to Andrews about staying out of my territory. And Caddy will have to punt it away again, and Caddy now is going to have to use their second timeout of the ball game, as they did not have enough players on the field. 0-0 is our score. 10:34 to go, second period. Come on back.
You're on the circuit with TBS. And for the first time ever, NASCAR goes global. Next stop, the road course in Suzuka, Japan. A special invitational featuring the top drivers on the circuit. You don't want to miss NASCAR going global at the NASCAR Suzuka Thunder Special 100. Saturday, November 23rd. Turn to TBS.
I'm not an IV drug user, and I know I'm not a gay man. You know, I'm really safe from the virus, I thought.
I was raised in a small town. Surely not here.
The shadow of AIDS is among us. Oh, a good friend of mine who I had grown up with got herpes. That can happen to him, it can happen to me.
Because I was having a monogamous relationship, I was having unprotected sex. I figured I was safe. He cheated on me. Maybe I don't have anything now. I could have gotten something, and it's scary.
You begin to realize, why couldn't it be me?
Respect yourself. Protect yourself.
If you could create your own custom cable network, you'd want a fun mix of contemporary and vintage family entertainment. Then you'd want over 40 years of the biggest stars on Earth. Then you'd want to call in live and win amazing prizes. And then, after you get every single thing you want, you will have created the perfect cable television network. Well, don't go through all the trouble, because we already have. Game Show Network. The cable network you've been hoping for ever since you got cable.
Watch the Game Show Network on CTEC Cable Systems Channel 71.
Napoli Pizza, located on Route 191 in Bangor, is celebrating their 6th year, providing the entire Bangor area with not only the best pizza, steaks, and subs west of New York, but they've got great charbroiled burgers, spaghetti dinners, gyros, fresh homemade lasagna, and more than a dozen tantalizing appetizers like burritos, mozzarella sticks, pierogies, breaded zucchini sticks. I hear people leaving the truck right now. Best of all, you can just sit back, enjoy your favorite TV show, and have Napoli Pizza deliver your order piping hot right to your door. Napoli Pizza. Call 588-1414. 5-5 on the little bit of a reverse. The ball is in the hands of Minnick. How about the tackle by number 50, Mike Corello?
Oh, did he read it? You know, they looked like they wanted to reverse that first time. This time they get a little close. LeBar's going to pull off the reverse, and he just doesn't move it at all. Reads it so well. That is a great open field tackle.
Well, Caddy is gradually getting worse field position. Bangor is gradually getting better field position. Their best of the night. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. As Jason Hughes looks over the defense. He's going to keep the ball and look, and look, and look. And finally pop it into the hands and out of the hands. That's one that probably should have been caught, as Jason LeBar could not come up with it. It was a little low, and he never quite could grasp it.
Yeah, the only thing is, Gary, that the pattern drug out so long. He was catching it at the end of his route. Caddy has run shotgun for most of their passing offense, and of course, it's a lot quicker. Here you have the double fake, turn the back, set up 7-yard deep, and then strung out the pattern just a little bit too much.
Both Hughes and Wedge run to their various sidelines in order to get the play, so they put a lot of mileage on in a given ball game. Clock stop, 10:15, 2nd and 10 Bangor. Back to throw again is Hughes, looking and getting chased, and looking and getting chased. He avoids a couple of tacklers and then goes down hard at the 46-yard line, so he'll pick up 6 yards on the play.
Get a good ISO this time, Gary, on the likes of Hughes. Back there scrambling. Now, both times that he's been forced to scramble, he scrambled middle, and that's when Caddy can put the wedge. He gets outside, could be a big gainer for Bangor.
Corello again in on the tackle. The ball at the 46, 3rd and 4. And Bangor has yet to get a first down. They've been 1, 2, 3 and punt on their first 3 possessions. Hughes, a little pump. This is a pass to DeMedio. They've got their first down. That play works very nicely. Tackle made by Chuck Adams, but not before DeMedio gets the ball into Catasauqua territory, down to the 46-yard line, a pickup of 8.
It's a play they started the game with, Gary, that little pump fake, only this time it was forward. You can almost pitch that thing if you want to. Of course, the spiral is so much quicker and gives him a little bit more time to pick his hole when running.
So at the 9:10 mark, Bangor picks up their first down of the football game in the 2nd period. But they now are in, for the first time, Caddy territory at the 46. Back to throw. Hughes looking, getting chased, and looking. Boy, he is tough to bring down. He fires all over downfield. It's a touchdown. An easy touchdown.
Right down there, Gary.
Steve Panzer catches it, but I think the penalty is against Bangor.
What does that have to be? An eligible man on field or something?
Well, Panzer looked ineligible because there wasn't a Caddy man around him. The penalty is against Bangor, but watch the play anyway.
I've never seen a guy so open. Looks like he came off the bench, Gary.
So the 46-yard touchdown pass is negated, and now we'll show you the penalty. It is a clip against Bangor. Oh my, does that hurt? Dick, that turns out to be a 57-yard penalty.
Hey, boy, he did such a great job of dodging. I never thought he'd be able to get it off.
All the way back to the 35-yard line. Bangor has to get to the Caddy 36. So this is a 1st and 28.
What a great job maneuvering here.
Pretty good throw, too. Little draw play action. This goes to Bloodworth. And Bloodworth gets the ball out over the 40. Out to the 41-yard line. He'll pick up 6.
You just might see 3 of those in a row. Get some of that yardage back.
Adams is in on the tackle. So they now must go from the 41 to the 37-yard line. So 22 yards to go on 2nd down.
You know, that takes a little bit of the defensive charge out of that Caddy forward wall. Linebacker realizing that Hughes is that deceptive.
Clock running, 8:10, 2nd period. 2nd and 22. Back to throw, Hughes looking, Pops it out to DeMedio. Has some blockers in front of him. But instead of cutting up inside his blocker, he went to the outside, and Brian Peacock would have none of that as he puts DeMedio down.
Steve Jones, number 77, was really caught in the middle. He didn't know which way to throw his block. He didn't know what the cut was going to be. He wanted him to go inside instead of went outside. 3rd and 24.
So they complete the pass, but don't get any yardage. And it remains 3rd down. And plenty of real estate. Hughes back to throw. He's looking. He's firing down the middle. This one's going to be intercepted. Down Andrews collects it at the 26-yard line, where he's immediately put down by Panzer. And they'll mark it at the 28. 1st and 10 for Caddy.
You see more and more of these. And I don't mean position strong safety. I just mean strong adjective safety men. And they're simply very agile back there. And he roamed and got the pick.
First turnover of the ball game.
Andrews is a fine football player.
Probably served them almost as well as a punt.
Yeah, that didn't hurt them, Gary. The only way that hurts them is there's a big run back.
So Caddy with plenty of time to work with has the ball on the 28-yard line. They pitch it back to Rothrock. He doesn't go anywhere. He is sandwiched. Mike Smith in to make the tackle, along with 66 Schallhammer. And there will be a gain of a yard on the play. 2nd and 9.
Banger's defense, Gary, doing a great job of forcing that inside. Caddy again going to try to pitch, but this time they put Pendry in motion, trying to get him around that corner. And again, the D forces it inside.
Pendry hasn't touched the ball very much. 3 carries for 12 yards. He hasn't carried the ball since the first series for Caddy. Now he's going to get it, and he gets that hole, and think he can hit a hole very, very quickly.
That's what you notice immediately, the initial start that Pendry has.
He'll get it up to the 36-yard line, so Pendry will pick up 7, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and
2. Don't forget, he's been more tailback than he has fullback for the duration of the season.
3rd down and 2 for the Roughers.
Yeah, they're really running with a couple of tailbacks back there, no true fullback. But it certainly gives Caddy some breakaway speed anytime they give the ball to either one of these runners. Rothrock, I don't think. Well, it depends on the spot.
You know, that's Pendry, Gary, I think.
That was Pendry, all right. And I don't think Pendry got the 1st down.
No, he didn't. And, boy, he got such an initial surge, too. Banger simply must have started into the seams that time.
We have timeout for a measurement, but I don't believe they've got it. Let's take another look. And make sure it was Pendry who carried the football.
And he gets all
it was. Boy, you're right. That initial surge, and then it just stopped.
I think your call's correct. I see it coming up short.
Ooh, it is very close.
Not too
very
short, huh?
Close. Wow, look at that. That's a credit card.
Get out the plastic.
Now, Dick, if you were the referee, you couldn't measure. You don't have a credit card.
That's right. No. Pull out a fin or try to slip the 5 in there.
So it is 4th and inches. Dick, what do you do here? The ball on the 38-yard line, and they're going to punt.
The offense isn't going to let them punt.
They're going to call timeout. Their third one of the first half. So they're out of those, but they're going to talk about things. 6:24 to go, no score.
Man, did you catch that hockey game last night? Nah, I missed it. Oh! So would you go out or something? No, we stayed in. Watch TV. You stayed in, watched TV, and you didn't see the hockey game? That's right. We checked out Playboy TV. Playboy TV? Yeah, Susan loves it. Ah, no wonder you missed the game. Oh, yeah!
other Pennsylvanians. No cure. Life. Don't be blind to diabetes. Don't be blind.
Some people believe that today's students are beyond hope. I disagree. My name is Luann Johnson. I'm a teacher and the author of Dangerous Minds. I believe we can reach all children, including our at-risk rebellious teenagers. And you can help. Get involved in a national program, such as Teach for America, which places dedicated individuals to teach in our neediest public schools. Change a child's life today and forever. Please, contact any of these organizations in your community.
Increase the value and beauty of your home with vinyl siding. Call Catasauqua Construction Company Incorporated, the vinyl siding experts. Quality workmanship backed by 35 years of experience. Catasauqua Construction Company can do it all for you. Vinyl siding, seamless gutters, soffits, and fascia. Vinyl windows, shutters, and doors. Call Frank Caminal at area code 610-588-3664 or 588-6715. Catasauqua Construction Company gives free estimates and is fully insured. And the Roughies changed their mind. Well, now they're going to punt. Dick, the penalties have come up huge.
Yeah, and the timeouts. The timeouts, first one of the players was not set in the proper formation. The second one didn't have the men on the field. And here, clock ran a little bit of indecision, and then the procedure penalty. You're going to see it on the left side.
Dave Jones might have caused that. Gave that little bit of Halloween scare. Take a look at number 77. Boo. So Andrews back to punt for the third time tonight, standing at his own 20-yard line. No rush at all. He gets it away to the 36, and here's the switch as LeBar has the ball and trying to find some running room, and he won't get very much. He gained about a yard on the run back.
Teddy has that reverse and fake reverse diagnosed pretty well.
31-yard punt. Bangor gets the football. 1st and 10. They'll mark it at the 37.
It's funny, Gary, to put into words. It's not like both teams are jockeying, and probing and things like that. It's just that I guess the defense is that good. I'll tell you, they have each other scouted. That's quite evident.
Dick, out of 8 possessions in the ball game, 6 of them have been 1-2-3 punt. So that gives an indication of how well the defenses are playing. This looked like it might have been a broken play, although they were, I believe, running an option play. Hughes kept the football, and Hughes is going to pick up 8 yards and get up to the 45-yard line. Take another look.
This is one of the things in my mind, guy. I think the best runner out there right now for Bangor, that's a run, and it's designed. Off the inside fake to the wingback coming back. He's been authoritative when the pass protection is broken down. He seems to be the guy to put it in his hands.
2nd and 2, the ball right on the 45. As LeBar goes out wide to the top of your screen on the right side. Hand off, the up back, that should be Mike Smith. It is Mike Smith, and Mike Smith got hammered at the line of scrimmage, and I don't believe he picked up any yardage at all, maybe a half a yard on the play.
Caddy's thoughts are they can do so much with their deep defensive secondary, Gary, that they can put 8 men in the box. And it is really going to be tough for Bangor to run any kind of inside game.
Jeremy Mall came up to make that hit. It's going to be 3rd and a short 2 or a long 1. So another big 3rd down play. We've had a bunch of those tonight. And the defenses have been winning most of them, but not this time. Jason LeBar falls forward and gets up to the 48-yard line, and Jason LeBar picks up Bangor's 2nd first down.
Caddy had 8 men right up there. Nice safe play.
Ball on the 48-yard line.
Inside of 5 minutes, 4:40 to go. No score in the game. And that has to benefit Bangor as Caddy came in with a real high-powered offense. There goes LeBar. He's got the pitch. He pitches the ball back to DeMedio.
Hughes, with it, without a doubt, is becoming the number 1 runner now, Gary. Same play they ran last time. Fake to the wingback coming back. But this time Hughes optioned off it. Not a big gainer, but, you know, enough to keep the drive going, especially now we're pushing the 4.5-minute mark.
And Domidio gets the ball to the 48, so he picks up 4, 2nd and 6. Rothrock in on the tackle. There goes LeBar, back to throw. Looking, continues to look. Finds some running room, and he'll pick up a couple of yards. He's slippery.
You bet he is. There's no way you're going to be able to run a pass. He was just doing a great job of ball handling and dodging. And he is really befuddling the Caddy defense a little. They've been chasing him all night, and they just quite out of reach. They're even fake pass.
We'll give him a yard on the play. Take it to the 47-yard line.
Don't forget, Jason Hughes only a junior, too.
And so is Domidio.
Domidio's well, everybody a junior with Bangor.
So it's from the 47, 3rd and about 5. Handoff goes to Smith. Little misdirection play. Down inside the 45 to the 44. So he'll pick up 3, and Dick, we're looking at a 4th and 2.
Okay, Coach Farnan, earn your money. You want to try and pin Caddy and not let him out of that. Their shadow of their own end zone, hope for the turnover, or you want to retain the ball for the last 350.
And Chris Yarko, good to see him return to the lineup as he comes running in for defensive purposes. And Bangor's going for it, and they're going to give you a passing look as Panzer and LeBar will be out wide to both sides of the field. Hughes puts his head down, and Dick, he's pretty close.
Interesting measurement coming up.
He goes out over top of Nick LeBar, his center. Nick LeBar is only 5'10", 152 pounds. Well, they needed 2, and they didn't get it.
That one. Andrews immediately signaled. Now you're going to get Caddy pretty good field position, Gary. Going into wind, and that wind has really picked up. It's become a factor with just about 3.5 to go.
They'll get it on their own 43-yard line. With, as Dick said, enough time for Caddy to get into the end zone. Especially with a guy like Andrews and a kid like Wedge.
Right to the shotgun.
You know, we call it a shotgun. It's more like a punt formation.
Yes, it is.
He is real. He's 8 yards deep.
And 2 guys could punt right from there.
You know, normally you can't protect your passer when he's that deep. But he has been protected pretty well from the shotgun. So give credit to that offensive line. And in fact, he takes a couple more steps backwards. Fires to the sideline. Is it a good catch? It is a good catch. Yep. Matt Andrews came back and got it. Collected it at the 49. Andrews will pick up 6.
What a pattern Andrews run here. We're going to be isolated on him, too. He just got off the mark, then runs to the outside, makes a nice diving catch. Good player, Gary. Real good player.
And they mark it right on the 50, so give him 7 yards on the play, and we'll call it 2nd and 3 from midfield. Handoff goes to almost breaking it. Nate Pendry with that quick burst into the line of scrimmage. A little bit of a hole, and he's through it.
I believe it's Ryan Kreider here, Gary, that gets a little bump and just enough to knock him off balance. Down around the ankles.
Gain of 10. First down number 5. That's Caddy's first down since the first possession in the first quarter. They picked up 4 first downs on that drive. They have not gotten any since. From the 40, 1st and 10. Rothrock resets. Pendry, the other side. This time we'll only get a couple. Clogging things up was Steve Sees, 5'10", 239-pound junior. Gain of a couple. 2nd and 8.
Unless it's a draw or that shuffle again, Gary, Caddy's going to have to go purely to the air now. So we'll look for Andrews. I still like that Rothrock pattern coming back over the middle from the motion and the one that was in the end zone on.
Caddy has no timeouts left. We're inside of 2 minutes.
I was wondering if that would come back to bite him.
Rothrock shakes off a few tacklers. Rothrock dragging people downfield as he gets all the way down to the 23-yard line. Rothrock picks up 16 yards and a first down.
Well, that's certainly field goal territory. We saw Pendry to his right. Now we see Rothrock saying to the left. This doesn't say much for Bangor's tackling here, Gary, individual tackling. Normally they're a swarming defense. That time they had to do a little individual hitting.
From the 22, 1st and 10, you see the clock winding down. It goes to Pendry. Pendry gets down to the 20-yard line. Dick, I don't think they can continue to just keep this on the ground if they're only going to get 4 or 5 yards a clip.
Unless they're thinking field goal all the way, Gary.
And Andrews does have a pretty good leg. A gain of 3 for Pendry.
Gain of 3, 2nd down, 7.
Ball on the 20, 2nd and 7. Pendry now 8 carries for 35 yards.
Reset. Oh, they had a reset.
This play isn't going to mean anything. Throwing it away was Wedge, but we've got illegal motion here. The whole caddy backfield was running around.
If they would have just had the presence of mind simply to reset there, Gary. Drag the count out a little bit.
Penalty was declined, Dick. So it'll go down as an incomplete pass. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and 7 from the 20.
I guess the reckoning there, of course, is not to give him that extra down, but at the same time, they're saying he's in field goal range anyhow.
I have to wonder about that, though, with only 45 seconds on the clock. I think I would have taken the penalty just to push him back 5 yards.
Especially without any timeouts left.
Yeah, you figure Caddy's going to have the ball at the end of the half. I think I would have pushed him back to 5. Back to throw is Wedge looking for Andrews. Oh, just over his outstretched hands. Coverage on the play by Jason LaBar.
Boy, Wedge aired that one out nicely in a very stiff breeze. That was well thrown. Pretty good pattern.
He throws a very methodical pass. His arm motion is really a skilled one, and he throws a nice spiral. It's tight.
I don't think we're going to see the field goal, Gary.
No, well, it would be about a 37-yarder, and it would be into a slight wind. So Caddy's going to go shotgun, and they'll be looking at a 4th and 7. Back to throw, looking and looking. Firing to the sideline. It's caught for a 1st down, and we'll be right back.
If we don't slow down global warming fast, it won't be inconvenient. It'll be intolerable.
Chicago now gets 2 weeks of 90-degree weather. In just 60 years, it could expect 2 months of it.
Much of Florida and Long Island could find itself underwater as sea levels rise.
Every man, woman, and child can help make a difference, and that includes you.
The Sierra Club can show you how. Find out today. Your kids, their kids, are counting on you.
From Walt Disney Pictures,
Run for your lives!
Chance, Sassy, and Shadow are back.
Look out, coming through.
But this time, they're trading the wide-open spaces
Typical canine.
for the dog-eat-dog world of the big city.
Doesn't look like our backyard.
Go to it, Pete.
I'm on it, boss.
It's Kung Fu Kitty. Ow, ow, ow.
Homeward Bound 2, Lost in San Francisco.
This is gonna be good.
Rated G.
Should my family take
How often should I have my cholesterol?
Should I control high blood
How can I
pressure?
protect my dog from...
Ask the Doctor on America's Health Network. Now you can get the information to manage your health care and the care of your family, parents, and even your pets. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. America's Health Network. Dedicated to the most important thing in your life, your health.
You were watching CTEC4, Lehigh Valley's company of choice. Selected Who's Who in cable TV for 1996.
That was good enough for a first down, a gain of 10. First and goal to go, just inside the 10-yard line. Back to throw wedge, looking for Andrews. Coverage by Jason LeBar, 28 seconds on the clock.
That last pattern, Gary, the one they made the first down, very interesting. He was covered like a blanket. Then all of a sudden, I don't know if they rotated or something, but he was wide open. And it became a very key play as Caddy got the first down.
Yeah, it's not too hard to figure out who they're going to throw to.
Wow.
It's a matter of stopping Matt Andrews.
Well, you know, the time they had the two men moving in the backfield, that was the one to Rothrock going in motion back over the middle.
And that's one that was open earlier in the ball game. 28 seconds on the clock, second and goal to go. The ball just inside the 10. Wedged. Back, looking, and it's knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Coming up big, I think, was 66. Brad Scholhammer at 6'3", knocked it down.
Caddy very, very smart right here, Gary. They know they got to put the ball in there. They can't run the ball because there goes your clock and nothing left, as you see the great defensive play. But once again, they're going to stop the clock, and it's going to give the Roughies time. As soon as they put it on the ground, complete it, and keep it in bounds, you know, there goes the clock.
Scholhammer didn't look like the most agile guy in the world there, but he certainly was able to slap that ball out of the air. He won't get any ballet credentials, but he got the job done.
We got a LeBar and Andrews war going on.
Yeah, we sure do.
They are playing each other well.
A couple of real good athletes are going at it, and Andrews is up on him now as LeBar is guarding. They drop the ball off inside.
That could hurt him, Gary.
As Bellsfield catches it from his tight end spot and gets down to the 4. And Dick, I don't think they'll be able to get another play off.
Could hurt him. Look at the clock. Plus, it's fourth down. You can't come up with anything special. They're rushing.
Those timeouts, huh? They're going to get it off. No, they don't.
Nope. United get it.
Although I did not see an official blow a whistle. But I think that would have certainly been controversial because I don't think they got that play off. But I did not hear a whistle. What we do have is halftime. No score. We'll put the numbers together, and we'll be back with second half action in this big Colonial League matchup.
Only one man has the license to thrill.
James Bond. James Bond.
Only one movie gives you the license to thrill sweepstakes. Order GoldenEye on pay-per-view and learn the secret code to enter the GoldenEye License to Thrill sweepstakes. You could win a BMW Z3 Roadster, a trip for 2 to London on British Airways, or an Omega Seamaster watch. GoldenEye, starting August 9th on pay-per-view.
We aim to please.
Doers. People who do something with their lives. They're hidden in small towns, thriving in big cities. Some have the most stuff, some have the least. They're born into sturdy houses and single-parent homes. Doers know no gender, and the only race that counts is the one that's being run. Doing something with your life, it's not about where you come from. It's about where you're headed.
The Navy encourages you to rise to the challenge.
TBS Destination Sunday. We take you there every Sunday night. First, it's National Geographic Explorer, the undisputed leader in wildlife filmmaking. Then, You're on Topics, the new showcase for award-winning TBS original specials. Begin a Sunday night tradition for the whole family. TBS Destination Sunday. National Geographic Explorer, then Topics on TBS.
Stopping those Rough Riders all the way down around the 10-yard line. And Dick, as we look at the numbers, Caddy has the numbers on their side. They have a drive of 13 plays and 12 plays, but no points on the board, and that's all that matters.
And that total play, they'd like to have about 4 more there. They'd like to have about 40. I'll tell you, though, those timeouts, and you know, we got to stress it because it was extremely important, the timeout factor that, you know, they just couldn't run the ball. which was probably, the best phase of their game because they were going into a win with a passing game.
And a clipping penalty against Bangor cost them a touchdown, as they would have been in the end zone with Jason LeBar. But a clip called that one back. So we are even up here at the end of our first 24 minutes of football. Tomorrow, Southern Lehigh will be taking on Notre Dame. Southern Lehigh kids are here. We talked to them at halftime. And Chris Smith officially told us he has 921 yards, getting ready to break 1,000 tomorrow. It's time for the Rarick Dodge 1996 demo and leftover clearance sale, with savings up to $4,000 on select models. Now's the time to purchase a 96 Neon, a Stratus, an Avenger, a Caravan, or a Ram truck at Rarick Dodge in Bath. For a clean deal, come to Bath. Come to Rarick Dodge. Dick, let's take a look at the Colonial League games being played tonight. This, of course, is the big one played this weekend. Not all of them being played tonight. Really, as you look at the rest of that list, tomorrow's ball game, the one we have, is the second most important because Southern Lehigh doing a nice job so far this year as they come in to that ball game tomorrow with a record.
3-1.
3-1. Right.
You're talking a 3-1 record and a win over Northern Lehigh, who was a lot of people's pick, to be around the top. You talk about the pressure on Bangor and a must-win situation, Gary. Same for Northern Lehigh. They're definitely out of it along with Notre Dame, if they don't do it.
East Penn League games being played this weekend. Whitehall is at Allen. That's one that Whitehall should win. Liberty at Parkland. Parkland should win that one fairly easily.
Yeah, those first two can't be looking ahead. They can't be looking toward next week. That's the only thing there. They have each other in a game we're going to feature. But, boy, don't take your time to look ahead because then Allen and Liberty are always dangerous with those records.
Of course, Central Derrick, Freedom Ball game might be an interesting one. Pleasant Valley's at Northampton tonight. Northampton trying to keep things going. And Stroudsburg is at Lehigh.
From 5:30 to 7.
Nazareth Somerville, I don't know how we missed that one.
I said Nazareth.
Phillipsburg's finally playing their first game of the year.
Oh,
and it's at Cottingham Stadium.
Go outside of Jersey to play a home game.
One wonders if they'll ever play in their own stadium. Now, Dick, they're fighting over the turf. And they haven't made the decision, so nothing's happening. As there you get a look at the Slater.
Well, Caddy deferred, Gary. They're going to get ball and wind in the fourth quarter.
I think that's the Slater. It looks a little like Rick Dino. That's not Rick.
Number 25, Matt Andrews. Number 45, Scott Rothrock.
What was the big head? I think that's what made me think it might be. Our director, he's down in the truck, and he's screaming at me, no more thanks so much. It will be Bangor to kick off to Caddy. Seems like Caddy's had the ball so much longer than Bangor had. It's fumbled, it's bobbled, it's on the ground, and it is collected by number 21 for Caddy, and that is Matt Balikian. Balikian will have the ball whistled down at the 34-yard line. Caddy will put it in play first and 10.
He whistled that kickoff, too, Gary. Didn't take much of a stride, got it low exactly the way he wanted to the second line, got the bounce, but didn't get the fumble. Matt on the ball. That's running offense.
So Joel Wedge brings out his ball club. Couldn't quite get him into the end zone to end the first half. So they'll start all over again. They'll give it to Rothrock, and Rothrock will get 2 or 3 yards on the play. Rothrock so far on the night, 11 carries for 47 yards.
Steve Cias, number 72, Gary, got through the offensive forward wall and sort of detained, not getting his hands on him, but detaining Rothrock. Caddy is really trying tackle to tackle.
Caddy 73 yards on the ground. And the handoff goes to Pendry. He twists and turns, and he's got the first down. As Pendry gets it out over the 45 to the 46-yard line, Pendry will pick up 9, and we're going to watch this play again, and it's not always pleasant being an official.
Take more than hollering, huh? Whoa. Boy, that's a good run. Pendry, he gets that initial start.
Pendry, 9 carries for 44 yards. And that was first down number 8 for Caddy from the 47, first and 10. Handoff goes to Pendry. He was one step away from going.
And I believe that's the second time this game that Ryan Kreider came up with a touchdown-saving tackle. One ankle.
Gain of 6 yards on the carry, 2nd and 4.
Boy, just ready to make his cut, Gary.
So Pendry right at 5 yards per carry. 50 yards on the night and 10 carries.
Little trap.
And he'll have that average go down as they did try to trap, but no trapping of Dave Jones. You know, Jones isn't just one of those big kids who lumbers around. Jones is a good football player, 240 pounds.
Yeah, Jones is a superlative football player, Gary. Been around a while, has played a while, and really conducts himself so well at both sides. Smart, too. Plays extremely smart. You know, he feels trapped. He just goes down on his knees, doesn't provide the hole.
No gain on the play, brings up 3rd and 4. And Wedge runs out of the eye. And he'll give the ball. The first man through. Pendry's not going anywhere.
Look who's there again.
Bangor defense is there to meet and greet. And this time, Steve Terpstra is there to make the initial hit, along with Dave Jones.
Jones, Terpstra, Bloodworth, doing the job all night defensive. Caddy shows run formation. Bangor's ready for it. Bangor's going to get the ball back. They've held the first time in the second half.
So Caddy will punt for the 4th time tonight. And back to punt the ball away is Andrews. It's a high spiral, and it is collected by Jason Labar at the 23-yard line. The punt, 24 yards.
No, Gary, we see nothing but bread and butter offensively all night. You still think that it's going to be the big play. Now Hughes got a little bit more active by getting involved in the running game from his quarterback spot. But other than that, it's been pretty straight.
Tell you who's been very quiet tonight is DeMedio. DeMedio has carried the ball 4 times for 11 yards. From the 23-yard line, 1st and 10 Slaters, their first play of the second half. It's a pitch a little late to Derek Lobb, but Lobb will get the ball up close to the 25-yard line. He'll pick up a couple, 2nd and 8.
See, Caddy, with Caddy up near the line of scrimmage with 8 men, it's so easy to play that rule defense. You know, you just play an area, play a certain area, and so far they've been able to defense everything that Bangor has done except the scramble. And that's been the only successful thing. Now look at that. That's a pretty staunch forward wall to face.
And Dick's right. The most success they have had is with Jason Hughes just creating back there when he's gone back to pass. And he is back to pass. He's firing over the middle. Has a man open. And the ball is caught by Panzer. And Panzer's going to get a first down as he gets up to the 40-yard line. Andrews in on the tackle as the pickup is 15 yards and a first down, number 3.
About half as long as the last one he caught. But this one counts. The other one didn't. Big play.
4 for 7 now for 30 yards for Hughes. 1st and 10 Slaters. Caddy threatened to score twice. The first time they had the ball in the game, they drove down inside the 10. And the last time they had the ball in the first half, they drove down inside the 10. Didn't score either time. Yarko. And isn't intentional. No, they're just going to call him down. Tried to get rid of the ball and, in fact, had himself an eligible receiver.
Yeah, Bloodworth.
But I think Darrell Woodring's going to say that he was stopped.
Well within the grasp.
Yeah. They don't have an in the grasp call, but I guess no more forward progress, huh? The loss is back to the 30-yard line. That's a loss of 10.
Hughes has been a complex individual for scouting teams to figure out, Gary. He comes to Northwestern, has 4 interceptions, only 5. Then last week turns around against Saucon Valley, 10 out of 18, 3 touchdowns. So, you know, he's doing a little bit of everything back there.
2nd and 20 now, so he's got to do a little bit of everything. Screen pass. Oh, and it was set up. Set up, but ball was dropped as they were looking for Smith.
For Mike Smith.
Dick, he had himself the middle to run to.
You know, it was so well set, as you called it. Caddy's ready to come barreling because of the big 3rd down situation. Barrel they do. Got the filter and got the line set in front, and then the little drop.
3rd and 20. And, of course, you start being a little bit concerned about turning it over down here. when you need to get a bunch. So the junior quarterback will go back again. Little half roll to his right side, and it's intercepted. Rothrock will go. Scott Rothrock catches the ball and goes in for the touchdown.
That's the one we talked about, Gary. Caddy playing pass defense all the way. They drop their end, so Rothrock is not putting the pressure on. I guess they figure since Matt Andrews is about 15 deep, that will just drop back, and drop back he does.
29-yard pass interception touchdown for Scott Rothrock. So Caddy is on the board, 29 yards, 7 minutes and 37 seconds on the clock. And Caddy's Matt Andrews is in to kick the extra point. So the most unusual of methods to score. Frank Piff will hold. The second turnover of the game. Both of them interceptions. This one leads to a touchdown, and the kick is no good. Wide to the left side. 7:37 to go, third period. Caddy leads it by a 7-0 score, a 6-0 score. Heating oils this winter. They'll keep your mind at ease and your home cozy and warm with on-time regular deliveries and budget plans that fit your needs. Hauer & Son is a family-owned business that's been serving the Slate Belt area for the past 45 years. And now Hauer & Son, with an expanded facility, is registered as an official Pennsylvania inspection station capable of providing vehicle inspections and equipped to do regular maintenance and repairs on all makes of motor vehicles. Hauer & Son, they're here to give you immediate attention. Call 588-4670. Here comes the kickoff from Joel Wedge. It's low, it's bouncing, it's picked up, no, bobbled by DeMidio, and he'll come towards us. As DeMidio will get up to about the 25-yard line before Matt Belikian puts him down. We talked to Bob Bidlin a little bit about this rivalry, a little bit about the Colonial League. This is what he said.
The rest of the year for us is 1 week at a time, and I know you hear that over and over again, but we respect all our opponents, and we look at every game, one game at a time. Coming up after the Bangor game would be Notre Dame, and then we have Palmer and Northern Lehigh, and all those teams look tough. Northwestern looks very quick and tough. We really do stay one game at a time, make sure we prepare for every opponent, because in football, especially with high school students, you never know when you would have a letdown.
Hughes, little misdirection play, tries to find DeMidio, but that doesn't go anywhere. And in fact, Matt does not get back to the line of scrimmage. As the ball will be placed down at the 24-yard line, he'll lose a couple.
Too many white jerseys standing that time, guy. Got to go knock some people down on misdirection plays. That means hold that block a little longer. Or isn't it ironic that we see one of the offensive scoring leaders score defensively for the only score in the game?
And that pass was thrown right to Rothrock, and he just walked it into the end zone for the touchdown. 28 yards. Back to throw is Hughes. Throws it low, and that causes DeMidio some problems. If he can't catch it cleanly, he can't turn upfield quickly, and Chuck Adams is there to put him down. No gain on the play.
Caddy's playing a 3 deep defensively, Gary. Matt Andrews is playing 15 yards from the line of scrimmage and retreating on every play. And that is, I think, what took the big pattern away, the long pattern, and he's forced to go to his secondary receiver. Rothrock backs off, too. You might see it again with the Caddy ends. They drop and figure we're going to get interior pressure.
Caddy has held Jason LeBar pretty much in check so far tonight. We did have a touchdown pass called back, but he's been pretty quiet. Back to throw. Hughes looking. Tried to find LeBar over the middle. This one is almost intercepted. It is. Matt Andrews with a great catch on, I think, a tipped ball. Andrews will come up with the interception. We'll look at it again.
Bangor in that first half, avoiding the big turnover. Here in the second half, turned over offensively twice.
You don't want to throw it anywhere near Andrews. He doesn't drop anything.
Good, I love that D. When you're so confident with the people you have up front that you can roam a guy back there in center field. Bangor's been doing it with LeBar, and certainly we saw Catasauqua doing it there. Look at this matchup again.
Bangor has to come up big now defensively as Caddy has the ball in Bangor territory at the 42-yard line. Handoff goes to Rothrock. Rothrock will get little or no yardage on the play. That's a strange tackle, but the tackler is Dave Jones. And a gain of a yard.
2 consecutive turnovers certainly doesn't help the Slater cause because they have been struggling offensively all night.
Neither team has been setting the world on fire offensively. Caddy with only 90 yards rushing, 43 yards passing.
Time is back in.
And they're more than doubling the Bangor numbers, and those are meager.
And that's a far cry from the numbers that they have put up on average. Caddy averaging 248 a game. There goes Rothrock. And he's going to be stopped, I think, about a yard shy of a first down. In fact, Bangor thinks there might have been a fumble on the play, but I don't believe that's the case.
Gary, Bangor averaging 304. So both teams are way, way off their numbers.
Of course, you expected these two hard, tough defenses to put a stop to all of that.
That's why all these people have told me, offense, offense, offense. I thought more halftime 0-0.
That was a gain of 7 on the play, and 2 yards shy of the first down, as Pendry is going to get that first down. As Pendry brings the ball down to the 30, we'll call it the 30-yard line.
And again, it was his initial surge that got him that. Great tackle.
31, a gain of 3.
First and 10, roughly.
First down number 9 for Caddy.
All on the 31-yard line.
From the 31. Wedge gives the ball to Pendry. Pendry doing some dancing as he gets the ball quickly down to the 21. It's going to be close to a first down, about a yard shy, maybe a half a yard shy. Give him a gain of 9.
Watch this, Gary. This looks like the Lintons of the past. It looks like the initial surge and not quite as much power, but boy, it's familiar.
Second and 1 from the 22. Rothrock. Ooh, he got upended. Wow. He got in the air and then got put right down on his back. Mike Smith in on the tackle. Boy, Smith just grabbed him. Grabbed both feet and turned him upside down.
Look at these numbers on Pendry. 6'2", 191. You know, you're talking 200 plus when he becomes a senior.
So little or no gain on the play brings a 3rd and 1. Up the gut goes Pendry, and Pendry has the first down as he moves it down to about the 16-yard line. Gain of 6.
Finding just a little bit of a soft spot, Gary, on their own left tackle side. Just inside that end.
16-yard line.
3 minutes to go, third period. Caddy on the move again. They got a touchdown on a pass interception by Rothrock. Now they're trying to drive it into the end zone. They've been down here twice before and couldn't get in. From the 16, first and 10. Back to throw is Wedge. Looking, firing into the end zone. It's going to be knocked down. Pass intended for Richardson. Coverage on the play. Who else? LeBar. Caddy's first pass attempt of the second half.
Oh, as Andrews does for the Riders secondary, Gary, so does LeBar for the Slater center. He's just all over the place.
From the 16-yard line.
Richardson, who started at the beginning of the season, but was slightly injured and now in and out. As Bellsfield, they've gone to a double tight end Bellsfield Mull to make room for Pendry. But Richardson gets his licks. Hand off, Pendry. Pendry moves the pile a bit, following his blockers. And Pendry will get it down to the 11, so he'll pick up 5.
Number 74, Gary Lambert. We've talked about Jason, 6'2", 304, and number 50, Mike Corello, are doing a good job on that left side of the caddy forward wall. That's softening just a bit and giving caddy back some room.
Well, it looks like it's just shy of the 10, so it's a short 5 on 3rd down. Wedge, quick pitch, Rothrock. Rothrock follows his blockers, and it looks like he got the 1st down. The official, Dick, is going to mark it right at the 5-yard line, a gain of 6.
Gary, watch number 50, Mike Sorella. He'll pull. There he is, leading the pack. Mull blocking down real well. Again, left side offensively comes through for Catasauqua.
Dick, that's a play they haven't used all night.
No.
They had all the strength to the right side and pitched it to the weak side, and it got him 6 yards and a 1st down. From the 5, Rothrock looking, trying to cut back. Is he in for the touchdown? Nobody has signaled it except Chuck Adams.
And referee Andrews.
So if you put a black and white shirt on Adams, it's a touchdown. He doesn't have one, so it's not. It's a gain of 4, 2nd and goal to go from about the 2-foot line.
See, Adams was the referee and Andrews was the umpire, right?
Yeah. There was no doubt in Adams' mind. You'll see how close that ball is. They need about 6 inches for the touchdown. It's Pendry, touchdown. Nate Pendry at the 1:11 mark puts Caddy on top by a 12-0 score.
I don't know, Gary, as we see the rerun of the short man, the fullback, if Bangor is worn down as much physically as they are mentally, psychologically. Those 2 consecutive turnovers taking a little bit of a beating.
Pendry, Dick, that's his 10th touchdown of the year.
Yeah, he's up there. I had his tailback buddy back there, and you'll see all the work they're getting out of their running backs.
Rothrock had just tied him at 9 with the interception.
And there's Andrews way up there.
Back to throw. Wedge looking into the deep part of the end zone over the head of Rothrock. So Caddy can't seem to pick up any points after the touchdown, but they lead it right now by a 12-0 score. 1:11 to go, 3rd period. Your unwanted items creates a new problem. What to do with the waste? Well, let Mars Disposal Service be the solution. Hard to dispose of items such as appliances, car parts, furniture, and yard waste are no problem. No job is too large or too small. Mars will take just about anything except your ex-spouse. So call Mars Disposal Service at 262-9021. Caddy is gaining control of this football game as Joel Wedge approaches the football and drops it down into Demidio's hands. And he has a little bit of running room, and he'll get the ball out to the 35 or 36-yard line. We did have a chance to talk to Paul Farnan about this rivalry with Catasauqua. He's been around many years, and this is what he said.
Caddy and Bangor, since the Colonial League got started, we took over the Bangor program in 1975, and we respect Catasauqua's program. We hope they respect our program. It's been a tremendous rivalry. It was unfortunate that we couldn't play the last 2 years. Beyond my comprehension as to why they used Caddy and Bangor as a bye date the first 2 years of the Colonial League. But it happened. That's history. We're back to playing each other. We're glad to be playing Caddy. I'm sure they're glad to be playing us. We got a great deal of respect for Caddy's program. They play good, solid football. We're going to have to play good, solid football to beat them. We've had tremendous games in the past. Boy, I can remember games 3-0, 6-3, 10-6. You know, good competitive, good high school football. And we're certainly hoping that this game tonight's going to be exactly that type of football game.
Gee, I think Paul knew what he was talking about.
12-7, 1993.
How about 12-0 right now? Last play, perhaps, of the first half. Open is Jason LeBar, and Hughes drops it into his hands down into Caddy territory at the 47-yard line. A gain of 15 yards and a 1st down.
Huge for a huge play, Gary. Don't know how he's this open. A little bit surprised as he is with the deep, with that sagging secondary. That is a big play for Bangor. No room for Smith. Demetto They just aren't getting the running room, so he has to come through with something else.
Clock is running, 15 seconds to go. First, or the third period. Hughes is going to try a little bit of a reverse, and I don't know how he got through that mess. But Hughes gets the ball down to the 32-yard line. Hughes picks up 16 yards and a first down.
Two big plays in a row, able to get that one off before the quarter elapsed.
Well, you're going to have to
Nothing more than a quarterback keep, Gary.
Yeah, but explain to me how he got through that maze of people. The clock will run out. That will be the last play of the third period. So we're going to walk the other way, but all of a sudden, the Slaters very quickly have back-to-back first downs. They've moved the ball to the Caddy 32. Stay with us. On Route 191 in Bangor, and they're celebrating their 6th year providing the entire Bangor area with not only the best pizza, steaks, and subs west of New York, but char-broiled burgers, spaghetti dinners, gyros, homemade lasagna, more than a dozen tantalizing appetizers, burritos, mozzarella sticks, pierogies, breaded zucchini sticks. Best of all, sit back, enjoy your favorite TV show, I hope it's us, and have Napoli Pizza deliver your order piping hot right to your door. Napoli Pizza open 7 days a week till 11 on Friday and Saturday, 8 on Sundays, and 9 the rest of the week. Call 588-1455 for Napoli Pizza. Takeout deliveries made throughout the Slate Belt area. Bob Garris always has a top 10. We thought we'd show it to you right after this play. First and 10 from the 32-yard line. Look, it's Hughes again. This time he doesn't go anywhere as he's going to lose about a yard on the play. Dick, here's that top 10 of Bob Garris.
Bob finally admitted today, Gary, under great duress, just how many hours a week he puts in. You know, all the mail, all the phone calls, you know, the computer work and sorting of his mind, and I think you see the results up there.
Dick with the biggest crock-a-bull of the evening. As we'll go to 2nd and 11, a loss of a yard on the play.
It's his top 10, he sees it last. How's that possible?
Bangor needs to get into the end zone.
Oh, good
possession. Again, Hughes finds a way, but this one isn't going anywhere as Mike Smith is taken down by Mike Sorella.
Sorella playing very well.
The end zone.
You know what, guys? This is the one he probably should have
finds a way, but this one is... The loss is back to the 37-yard line, a loss of 4, 3rd and 15. I think they're starting to turn up that volume when the replay's a little too loud. I actually heard myself.
3 plays there that Bangor. A little bit up the gut with Smith, and then the power sweep by the quarterback, and then the completion to a bar. This time they're forced to go to the bar situation.
Big play. Back to throw, Hughes. Screen play over the middle. Not going anywhere. Bloodworth. It's smelled out. And Dick, I think we could say that Scott Rothbach smelled the Bloodworth.
He did. Bloodworth, that's right.
Loss back to the 43-yard line, and that's a loss of 6.
Little credit to Paul Lesperance, number 33. He was also in on that stop, Gary. Yeah, Caddy played screen extremely well that time.
So the last 2 pass completions have lost 10 yards.
Well, what's left in the bag of tricks? We're going to see it now.
It is 4th and long, 4th and 20. Down the middle, it could have been caught. That was a beautifully thrown ball in and out of the hands of Steve Panzer. Dick, he could have caught this one.
Watch this one. Well thrown. Yeah,
right
over.
there. Caddy takes over 1st and 10 on their own 42.
Would they love a sustained drive now, Gary? Put this thing away, end the clock.
Ball on the 43-yard line.
1st and 10. It's the deep back. It's Rothrock who carries. Rothrock will struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And there's the Bangor defense that the opponents have come to know, Gary. Swarm 5, 6, 7 guys coming right to the ball. Of course, right now you can really key in that caddy backfield. You're going to see Pendry, Rothrock, Pendry.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. Ball stays on the 42-yard line.
No gain on the play.
Clock now critical for Bangor as it approaches 9 minutes. Bangor down by a 12-0 score. Rothrock again. Check it, that's Pendry. Nate Pendry. There's a difference that he runs straight up and down, whereas Rothrock kind of puts his head down, slashes a little bit, shoulders square. Bangor tackler on the play is Steve Sees. Ball up to the 47-yard line, a gain of 5. Make it a gain of 3. 3rd and 7.
There'll be a great Rough Rider play right now, Gary, and pretty safe. They've been using Andrews at the wingback, and he's been leading a lot of the blocking. Give him the ball in the reverse.
Big play for Bangor here on defense. They want to get that ball back.
Oh, there it is.
Dick made the call. It didn't quite get the first down. It's close, but he did not get it. Clock will continue to run. We stopped about a yard shy as the ball is in Bangor territory to the 48. They needed 7. They got 6.
We'll bring it in. Yeah, I agree with you, Garrett. Doesn't look, of course, last time we said that was a 1/4 of an inch.
Might give us some time, if it's okay with our director, to talk about Moyer Automotive refinishing. As we'll look first at the measurement. It's a yard shy of a first down. What do you do?
Oh, they got a punt, don't they?
Put them deep.
You don't want to give your opponent the ball near midfield with a chance to, get one of the two back. That there's a deficit right now.
So Matt Andrews will come in and punt
with the win.
Yeah, he's been pretty busy punting the football. 5 times now. It's LeBar who's going deep, along with Minnick. All he wants to do is pooch this one. It's high. That's more than a pooch.
Not bad.
Let's see where the official marks it. Marks it at the... No, he's not done walking yet. 11-yard line. So it is a 37-yard punt. And now we can talk to you about Moyer Automotive Refinishing. Involved in an accident and need your car towed to a reputable collision repair shop? Call Moyer Automotive Refinishing in Bangor. Moyer's offers a rollback towing service, complete collision repair and painting. They have their own in-house paint mixing system to provide you with a quality paint job. At Moyer Automotive Refinishing, they work with your insurance company to assure your complete satisfaction. For all your auto body repair needs, call Moyer Automotive Refinishing, 337 North 6th Street in Bangor, 588-1600. There's a little pop pass right out to Derek. Lob, fumble, Caddy has it. Caddy's got the football, and we'll see who's on the bottom of the pile. We'll stay right there. And who's going to come up with it? It's that guy who refuses to give us his number, 86. Jeremy Mall with a fumble recovery.
Played well tonight. Well, shows you how the punt paid off, Gary.
Dick, it won't be hard to figure out tonight how Caddy won.
No.
4 turnovers by Bangor.
Led directly, that's right.
And we're going to get some movement here, so this play will be all for naught. Jeremy Mall comes up with a big fumble recovery, and Caddy can sort of lock this one up right here. But first they have to overcome this 5-yard penalty. That's their 3rd penalty for 25 yards in the game.
If Catasauqua would take this one in, Gary, and you're talking about a 3-touchdown shutout, boy, what a misleading score.
So they'll go 1st and 10 from the 20. Check it, 1st and 15 from the 20 after the 5-yard penalty. Pendry will get a couple. Right there at the bottom was 54, Chris Lytle. Lytle only a sophomore. You know, Bangor's not...
they're so young.
They're a very young football
they're
team. They're skill people.
And experience.
Will be back next year.
You know, you're talking 3-year starters.
DeMidio will be back. Hughes will be back. That Lytle kid is only a sophomore. Cease is a junior.
Always two LeBar's back.
Yeah. No matter. They've changed first names from the 18. Pitch, Rothrock. Boy, he picks him up and lays it down.
Big yardage that time. That is big Dana.
Down close to the 10-yard line.
Tell you, they wouldn't mind getting down there for Andrews' foot if necessary on a 4th and long. That would give them a 15-point, you know.
Picked up 9 on the carry. Down to the 9-yard line, and it's a 3rd and 4. Andrews wide to the left side. Pendry, no, he's not going to get the first down. Pendry tackled by Mike Smith. Pendry will get a yard. 4th and 3. Now do they want to kick the field goal? They don't. From the 8.
4th down and 2, Ruff.
Field goal would be very solid here, Gary. You know, 15 points you're talking. Hey, that's a score and a 2-point, another score and a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, it would force Bangor to get a couple of 2-point conversions. 4th and 2 from the 8. Did they take too long?
No.
That's where the penalty came from the delay of game area. Yep. Delay of game, 5-yard penalty. 4th penalty for 30 yards brings it back to the 13.
Give Andrews a better angle.
4th down and 7.
That's one of the few times that we saw Caddy in a double wide.
4th and 7.
Now they're slot.
Bellsfield's out wide. Andrews is in the slot. Here comes Wedge. Looking. Oh, hit Bellsfield right between the numbers. Coverage by Minnick, but it's an incomplete pass, and Bangor takes over on downs.
Right at us. Low field angle. Boy, perfectly thrown.
Wow. Right there. Chad's not going to like that replay. So 1st and 10 Slaters. The ball is on the 12.
Ball on 12-yard line.
So they have a long ways to go, and then they have to try to do it again. Bangor back to throw. Firing, has a man open. Nice catch by Jason LeBar. LeBar gets the ball up to the 30-yard line. LeBar will pick up 18 yards.
Well, if they want to, you know, come back offensively, it's plays like that that's going to have to carry them. Boy, LeBar's impressive as an athlete.
Pickup of 19 on the play. First down, number 6 for Bangor. 1st and 10 from the 31. Southern Lehigh Notre Dame tomorrow. Tune in for Chris Smith. He needs 79 yards officially to go over 1,000 in only 5 games. Oh, what a collision. Is it intercepted? Is it caught? It's caught. By Steve Panzer. It was bounced and bounced. Caddy looked like they were going to catch it, and then Panzer came up with it. LeBar took a shot, Dick.
You bet he did. Deflect, and boom.
Whoa. Good job by Panzer. The gain is up to the 47-yard line. Gain of 16 and a first down.
Mike Corello from Caddy is part of this, Gary. He takes a little shot. We'll see it now. How Hughes is getting out of those messes that he is into.
Ooh. as Hughes takes a shot out of bounds, but I really do think Jeremy Mull was trying to stop and just couldn't.
Roughie down.
We have a
Looks
caddy
like,
player. I think it's
Rothrock.
Rothrock, yeah.
Injured Catasauqua player.
Hughes is going to get a couple of yards on his carry, and Rothrock right now is down. What a loss that would be for the Roughies if Scott is going to be hurt.
He was
for any
hobbled
length of
last
time.
year and hobbled this year a little bit, too. You know,
6 foot
Catasauqua is one of the few schools there that have a winning record against Farnham. In fact, I think they're the only one, 11-9 versus Farnham.
While we have a timeout down on the field, we'll talk about Mike Davis's auto sales because they want you. That's right. If you're interested in buying a vehicle and having no worries or concerns, then you've got to see Mike Davis, where you'll be guaranteed an honest and fair price. He sells everything from compacts to minivans, and most carry warranties. Financing is also available. Mike Davis Auto Sales also offers general auto repairs and state inspection. So Rothrock being attended to as Bangor's looking at a 2nd and 8. That ball tipped at the line of scrimmage, and I think it was Jeremy Mull that reached up and knocked it down.
It looks like the bar is getting single man-on-man coverage. But as soon as that snap is made, you have Andrews coming over to double up. Watch Andrews go. He's 15 yards back in a three-back. And his first step is back.
Clock stop, 4:35. And here comes Hughes. You'll see him come back into the huddle after that long run over to talk to Coach Farnan. Here you'll see Mull knock this ball down. Back to throw. Here comes the rush. A little bit of a screen pass that's going nowhere. Caddy smelled that one out. Mike Smith caught the ball, but then he also caught Jeremy Mull and 41, Brian Riley.
They have played that screen so well, Vanker. What they do is they rush with one. They really put the move on the quarterback, and the others just play screen and sort of filter off to the sides.
Fourth down.
Loss of 6 on the play. Brings up a 4th and 14.
And the clock is running, unfortunately, for the Slaters on that one.
And they're going to go for it. They don't have much choice. They need 2 scores.
Let's see where Andrews lines up on this one. We go right back to the first down marker. So he's about 13 now.
Well, this is a tight set for 4th and long.
Well, they're thinking protection.
Over the middle. It is almost caught. Tipped, and then Panzer almost grabbed it. Tipped on the play by Josh Lukic.
Josh Lukic just come up with a big interception against Notre Dame. Showed us his jumping ability there. Deflected it, and Bangor almost made another deflected catch. Well, Ruffy's held.
Caddy got on the board in the 3rd period, 7:37 on the clock when Scott Rothrock took it 28 yards on a pass interception to make it 6-0. And then they drove 11 plays. They went 42 yards. Pendry, the final yard, with 1:11 in the 3rd period. And that's where we stand, 12-0 Caddy. Bellsfield now in the backfield at fullback, a familiar spot for him, as he'll pick up 4 yards on the play and bring up a 2nd and 6.
You know, that pregame coin toss looms pretty big now. That deferral meant a lot, Caddy, getting the ball to start the second half. Didn't do anything offensively, but they got Bangor down there into a bad turnover territory.
They have been a little generous to Bellsfield. We'll call it 2nd and 7. There goes Pendry. He almost broke it as Minnick puts him down, but not before Pendry gets down inside the 25. Down to the 23-yard line as Pendry picks up 17.
And that's what happens when you come with a full house defensively, Gary. If they break it at the line, there's very, very little secondary left.
The ball just inside the 24-yard line. We'll call it the 23. 1st and 10 Caddy. Caddy just picked up their 13th first down. Pendry again operating out of tailback.
Yeah, with
Rothrock hurt?
Yeah, with Rothrock hurt, you got Bellsfield, the tight end, coming back to fullback. Pendry, the fullback, dropping back to his normal tailback position.
Gain it 2.
Oh, that fullback goes unsung a lot of times, doesn't he? Remember Chris Stone last week from Whitehall? I talked to Johnny Coca yesterday about him. He said he's a perfect fullback demeanor, you know. Don't give me the ball, just let me block.
And watch tomorrow. Smith will run 32 times. The fullback will block all of those times. Bellsfield, the up back, puts his head down, gets down inside the 20, down to about the 17-yard line, so he'll get 5, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 3.
Caddy not looking to score here. Caddy just looking to retain the ball.
Watch that clock continue to wind down at 1:35. Bangor, we believe, has all their timeouts left, but Coach Farnan may believe that there's just no way they're going to get a couple of touchdowns in this short period. Oh my, what a hit by Terpstra. Yeah. He had a nice write-up in the Houston paper today. Boy, there's a Bangor player down, though, Dick, back at the 12-yard line. That's DeMedio. Watch this hit. Oh, my. Ooh, that's helmet to helmet. Loss of a yard on the play.
How could that make you feel good?
Oh, yeah. Good point. Well, I guess if you're the hitee.
Oh, that reverberates.
Let's talk about those assistant coaches. We said we'd mention them. Let's do that. For Caddy, Brad Blazinski, Tim Fisher, Glenn Reitler, Mike Rieker, and Jim Schaefer. And boy, Bob Lidlin is so proud of that staff. He says they do such a wonderful job. And Paul Farnan feels the same way about Mark Farnan, Todd Strohe, Rich Kessler, Todd Hallett, Tom Ahern, and Rich Smith. Great staffs on both these clubs. Here's Andrews on the end around. He fumbled it out of bounds as he'll get the ball spotted at the 10, so he'll pick up 7. That's enough for a first down.
And Bobby Bidden lets you know that most of that is homegrown products, doesn't he?
Yeah, guys that have been in the caddy system for a long time. And I think those assistant coaches, well, they now believe they have this one in hand. They're headed down to the sideline. So the caddy defense came up big tonight. And we're going to get procedure here against Caddy. So that's the 5th penalty for 35 yards against the Roughies. We'll bring the ball back to the 15. 1st and goal to go. And they're not interested in scoring another touchdown. They're interested in running the 51 seconds off the clock. Caddy will play at Notre Dame next week as Bellsfield carries, and Bangor will be at home against Palisades. Gee, it got dark.
Caddy's so successful there. 94 Colonial League champs, 95 sharing that championship with Northwestern, 96 well on their way.
They have a meeting with Northwestern in November 1st. We're already looking at that one. You know, Dick, I missed the eclipse last night because of the clouds in the sky. I went out to watch it, and thanks to our director, we were able to see the eclipse on the screen right here. Let's see that again. In case you missed the eclipse last night. We can provide you with an artificial one. Scott Spielman, our director, says it's too cloudy. There it is. There you get a look at another cloudy night. That moon is hidden up there in the middle of your screen.
Hope it gets light out. I don't know when my car is coming.
You know, you had trouble getting to Southern Lehigh.
Yeah, that's right, tomorrow.
Yeah, you better leave tonight.
I better leave tonight.
Yeah, stay over.
All right.
They'll put you up at Stabor Arena. That's where you were last time. Bellsfield with the handoff. He'd love to get into the end zone, but that's not going to happen, and that might just about do it. Well, Bangor's going to call timeout, or is Caddy? Bangor. Well, that one surprises me. They didn't call it all night. Now they do call.
I want to play defense. One more play. One more big hit, they said.
Southern Lehigh, Notre Dame tomorrow. A big ball game for the Spartans as they try to stay in the Colonial League race.
Caddy 5-0, Gary. Bangor just around. Maybe we can write them off the Colonial League Championship.
You ever notice how you're never surprised when Caddy's 5-0, 6-0, 7-0?
And again, not much of a rah-rah situation, just the workmanlike getting the job done sequence.
There it is, almost a full moon tonight. And Bangor will feel like it was a full moon as they just were unable to get much going offensively this evening as the Caddy defense held that offense to 117 total yards.
Boy, both teams have prepared, Gary. So I thought that's one of the impressive things to me. You can tell they haven't played for 2 years. They look back at a lot of film.
I think we're going to see the old knee down trick here. There it is. And now I don't think Bangor will call timeout. You'll watch the final. 19 seconds run out, or will you? No, Bangor's going to call timeout. 15 seconds on the clock.
Timeout, Bangor.
Dick, they must think somehow they've got a 13-point play somewhere. They're playing rule book football, Gary, and really they're playing into Caddy's hands, but Caddy gentlemanly enough to say, you know, all we want to do is eat clock. It's a funny situation. You know, you're giving the other team actually more time to score, more play situations.
Even that guy looks confused.
Is that it?
So this one, as we sort of hinted at the top of the show, was a game played in the pits.
Yeah, I said I wasn't sure before if Caddy would score a third one, if it would be a 3-touchdown game. I'm not even sure this is a 2-touchdown game, Gary, although the numbers will indicate that.
You know, I thought most of the strange people were in our truck. I think maybe they're out here in the sidelines. Bellsfield, and now will Bangor. They do have one more left. They're going to use it. No, Caddy calls timeout. And Bangor will take over, so the clock will stop.
Eric Nember making the last stop for the play.
Let's see, what page is that 90-plus yarder on? That's the one we got to look up now.
Well, I put my stuff away, so they better not go too far. The ball is back on the 5-yard line, 6-yard line.
Is that prevent or not? Holy mackerel.
I want to know what they're worried about. It'll take them at least 10 seconds to go 95 yards.
It looks like slow pitch. You know, 4 outfielders.
And even with a 95-yard run, they'll be down by 6. Back to throw, Hughes.
Oh, screen, don't get caught in the end zone.
That was almost intercepted.
Almost intercepted.
That would have been a touchdown for Brian Peacock, and there's still 4 seconds on the clock.
That old triple lateral pass to the left end or something now. Hook and ladder or whatever they call that thing.
Second down, Ted. 4 seconds remaining.
Look at this D down here, John. 4-man deep at the
yeah, that's that
26-yard
that's that
line.
famous 5-2-4.
Yeah, that's right. Nose guard rush.
I think this is the last play. No. All right. The clock does run out. Bangor will not score tonight as the Catasauqua Rough Rider defense comes up with a 12-0 victory. A defensive touchdown from Scott Rothrock, and I sure hope he's okay. I don't spot him right now down there on the field, and I hope he is fine. But Catasauqua stays undefeated as they go to 5-0. And we look forward to perhaps that showdown against Northwestern, but they've got a few ball games yet before that happens. Tomorrow again, we've got Southern Lehigh, Notre Dame for you tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. Dick will be there, I'll be there, and I'm sure Scott Spielman will be there. So
I'm leaving now, Gary.
All right, Dick, we hope you get there. So for Dick Tracy, Scott Spielman, our whole crew, for everybody here at CTEC4 Sports, I'm Gary Laubach. We'll see you next time right here